Good morning, Year 4. It is Thursday, the 2nd of July. And today we're going to be using inference again to answer a picture question. So every Thursday I try to do a different style question for you to answer. And some of them are from images, which we have to use what we know from the picture to form a reasonable answer. So today I'm going to go through this one with you. I chose both of these pictures, this image and the next image, because the weather was so hot and beautiful last week. I got really hot when I went with Year 6 to Spring Mills. It was absolutely burning the pavements. But this week's slightly different, but we will hope that this kind of weather will come again, won't we? So before I even look at the literal questions, and the literal questions are, what can you see? Pull that information straight from the image or text. The first thing that I would do before I even looked at the questions is have a good, deeper look at the image or the photo. What can you see? Rather than looking at the question and answering it, have a good look first at the surroundings. So I can see there's somebody in the pool. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. I don't know if it's a child. It looks like a blue pool. It's quite big. What is it made of? What does the weather look like? Where is the setting? So there are all the type of questions which I'm whirling around in my head before I even look at the questions. So the literal questions are basically, what do you see? Okay, so what is the man doing? So this text tells us that it's a man. Well, the man has just jumped or dived into the pool. It looks like he's dived into the pool because his head's under the water. If you jump in, you don't really jump in head first, do you? What is behind the pool? Well, behind the pool, there looks to be a lot of trees or a hedge, and they look in bloom. They are full of leaves, so that means that it is summer months. What colours do you see? Well, I can see that the trees behind, as I said, are in full bloom, and they are green and light green. And I can see the pool, that is blue. And I can see at the back of the pool here, the sun must be shining because I can see that it's a lighter colour there. And I can also see the reflection of the man in the water there. So I know that it's summer months as well. So the inference questions, they are the ones which, what does it infer? What do you think from looking at that or reading a text? It's like the subtext. What can be said, what isn't said? So for this question here, is the pool deep? It doesn't tell us. There isn't a sign on the side to say how deep the pool is. However, it infers that if this chap is diving into the pool because he's got his head underwater, that it is going to be quite deep, yes, because you can't dive into a very shallow pool as you'd give yourself an injury. So yes, I would say that that pool is quite deep, and it also looks a big pool, so I would expect it to be deep as well. The second question here is, has the water in the pool been out for a long time? Now that's a difficult question, but I'd have to think about, if it had been out for a long time, what would the water be like if it was uncovered, which I'm thinking that it is. Well, if it had been, then the water would be really dirty and murky and disgusting. And although there's this darker shadow underneath, we can see that around the sides where the water is, that it is still blue and clean. So I'm going to go with that idea that it hasn't been out over long. But if you was looking at this, you might think, well, actually, it might be moss or mould on the bottom of the pool there. So maybe it has been out a long time. So it's quite difficult to tell from the side view of the picture whether the water is like stagnant, quite old, or not. So what I'm going is, I'm thinking that that bit there might be shadow from the tree. Because if the water was all old and mouldy, it would look that colour over here, where it actually looks clean. Okay? So that's my reasoning behind it. Doesn't mean to say I'm correct, but I'm inferring those answers from what I can see. So where is the pool? Well, it could be anywhere really, couldn't it? It could be abroad, or it could be in somebody's garden. So it could be in England, Wales, Scotland, or it could be in Cornwall, or it could be anywhere, couldn't it? Because it's a summer place, so it'd have to be somewhere where in summer or spring they have the green of the trees there. So it's not in a desert, is it? Anything like that. Okay. Is the pool inflatable? I think it is, yes, because these give me the idea, looking at that, this blue side, that it could be a big inflatable pool, because it looks like a rubbery substance, doesn't it? But you might think differently. You might think, no, that's thick plastic and it's always there. So it is a case of thinking about an answer and backing your answer up with what you can see. So even if I was wrong, if I thought, yes, it is inflatable, and you said to me, no, it isn't, it's a solid pool and it will always be there, as long as you backed your reasons up why, then you would get marks for that. So for me, I think it's inflatable because it looks inflatable. It looks like a rubber material, although it is quite a big pool. So they are my inference questions and answers. And as I said, it's not just a case of, is the pool deep? Yes. Well, you've got to back up your reasoning. So inference means back up your answers. What reasoning have you got behind that to tell me why you think what you do? Okay. All right then, so your one, here we go. Do you like that? They're not my feet, but they could have been last week when I went to Spring Mills because it was roasting hot. So I thought this might amuse you. Okay, it might have been your toes last week. So the literal questions are the literal ones. What did the person on the picture wear on their feet? Well, it wasn't thick slippers, was it? No. So you can do, what weather is it? So they're literal, they're easy answer questions, straightforward. So the inference questions are a little bit of guesstimate, so work it out for yourself. So it says name 2 countries that the person could be in. Remember, countries, where do you think they are? Where did the person go? So they look to be on the boards there, are they near the sea there? Where did the person go? What mode of transport did they use there? And what happened to the toe? So we don't know. As I said, when it's inference questions, it's the story behind the image, the picture. And as long as you back up and make your inference answers reasonable, thinking, oh yeah, that could possibly be so, then you're not wrong, are you? Okay? It's filling in the detail of what could possibly happen, why this person's feet look like that. All right, enjoy your questions. Again, I have put this on a Word document if you would like to download it. So enjoy, and I will talk to you again next Monday. Have a wonderful weekend. Keep happy. Look after everybody in your household. Keep smiling, and I will talk to you on Monday. Goodbye for now.